What's up, YouTube?
It's For Solo Podcast.
And you know we back with another video.
Hey, make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, and turn on all post notifications, and share with a family and friend, man. Full Solo on top soon, baby.
Nah, facts. So I know this is our first video in a couple months. So I just want to check in, like, ask y'all how y'all mental is, like right now.
Man, I'm feeling good, doing good. Everything great. God got a plan for me.
Man, I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? Waking up at the end of the day got an end type shit. That's how I'm feeling.
Feeling good. I can't complain. It could always be worse. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. It could always be worse. I feel like I'm blessed.
Me personally, I'm feeling good. 1% better every day. That's how I look at it. I mean, can't complain about anything.
Right. So, this like we said, it's our first time shooting a video in a couple months. So, a couple months back, they dropped that law on 4th of July, man. 18, 18 is the legal age to carry a concealed weapon. So, how y'all really feel about that, especially about being in Baton Rouge or Louisiana in general? How y'all feel about that law?
Man, bro, I feel like it's bad. I'm gonna just say it like that. It's bad. If you watching this, if you from Baton Rouge, if you ever heard about Baton Rouge, if you ever heard about Louisiana, you already know it's self-explanatory. I feel like with a rule like that, we already got so much violence that we already, talked about in previous episodes. But just like as black men in our age group, I feel like it's only going to increase. On a sense, though, not gonna lie, I feel like it's kind of good in a way because, like, already for criminals and people like that, they was already doing that. So I feel like now that 18-year-old can protect himself now from a criminal in a sense, so it could kind of be good in a way. Cause like I said, they got a lot of people that's carrying firearms and was carrying firearms before that. So for that 18-year-old who need to protect himself, that'll be good if parents, teaching their kids gun safety and gun control and all that.
Me personally, I don't like it at all. Like I personally feel like it was just made for like people just to kill each other. Like I don't like that. And also like telling y'all just stay safe. Like watch where y'all go, watch y'all surroundings, and just tell y'all family, you love them every day because you never know where somebody that might be just feel like, oh, I want to, give me a kill today or something. Somebody kill you for no reason. So just make sure y'all stay safe and tell your family you love them.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of crazy also, man. Like I know a couple young adults already carry their firearm like it's they watch or something to carry it on them. So and for the young gangsters out there in this world, bro, like I feel like people, like you said, one day somebody might wake up and be like, "Oh, I feel like doing this," and then the hatred and the beef out there already. So it's just like it just adds on top of what's going on with the gun carrying. So I don't like it at all.
My opinion, I feel like in every situation in life is pros and cons. So there's pros and cons to it. I feel like by being from Baton Rouge, there's more cons to it than it is pros because, like we all say, there's a lot of people out here that's already just angry for no reason. There's a lot of killing and crime. Louisiana's like one of the matter of fact, Louisiana's the number one homicide rate state in the nation. Like for the last, I think 5 to 7 years. So it's like by us passing that law, it's just making no better. Crime is probably gonna go up. So I mean, there's pros and cons to it, but there's more cons in my opinion. I feel like the law should never been passed, but that's not my say so. That's not my place. So you gotta stay prayed up and stay protected about shit. That's all I can tell y'all.
Just to go back on it, I just want to say, like, I justify like all. Well, not it ain't really directed towards men because women, they have violence and stuff going on. But for the men, I look at everybody as like kings. Like, really pay attention to what's going on. Like, for real. Like, you gotta pay attention. Like, use this as a sign. Like, y'all don't think like something up with this. They trying to, take more black men out the game, fill up more prisons. Like, look at it at that. Don't look at it as like, oh, they passing the law and it's good for us. Like, I feel like that's just thinking, little. You got to think bigger than what you already thinking and bigger than your situation. Like, pay attention to what's going on. Like, I don't think this good for, our color and our race.
Right, in the sense of protection wise, yes, it is a pro. It is a pro at that sense of protection because, like you said, it's a lot of people that's probably not raised like that. That really just wants the gun to train with it. Also, the people that's going into the military and stuff like that, and a kid that really never got himself, that got a clean record, kid that got a clean record, and he just want to carry his firearm around and really just control what he can control. But at the same time, like you said, it's never a great thing when you got somebody that's clumsy that can't really control themselves carrying a gun.
Facts.
It's just crazy how they passed that law and then they build more prison. Like, just think about that.
Right.
Hey, bro, school to prison pipeline is real. You better do your research, baby.
So like Ma said, adjusting to your environment. Speaking on that, like how y'all feel about parts? How you feel about high schoolers working a part time or full time job while they in high school or college?
For me, I did it in high school, and I'm currently doing it in college. I started in my sixth semester of high school. So with it is, with high school, I was able to do it because I wasn't getting as much homework with it. So it's like I go to school for like a couple hours, then leave, go to work. I still got time to chill after that. But then like with transitioning to college doing it, it's like more of a time management with it. So like we always talk about time management, but having a job with it too, that's like in school is like another job. So you got your own personal life, you got school and a job. So it's like you have to manage all those things at the same time. With it, like if you need it, if you like, need that money, then do it. But it's consequences to it. You have to not really work so many hours because you got to get this schoolwork done. Or like it's a sacrifice with it. So it's like here and here with it. Also with it, just yeah, it's really like time management, how you manage it. Like I support it because I do it right now. So it's like what you make out of it. Like if you can be able to manage, I get all my schoolwork done, it's fine. I go to work, I can chill out, I still got time to be me. It's good. I mean, if you can do that, kudos to you because it's hard doing all three of them and perfecting them at the same time like that. So just make sure when you're doing it, just manage it all right.
I feel like be real with yourself. Know what type of person you are. Like that's how I look at it. I support it in every way. I had a job at my high school, had like kind of like my own business, cutting hair in college. So I feel like, that was kind of like a job. But really just a high school thing, I feel like you have to know your situation. Some people have to work jobs, some people don't, but I feel like there's nothing bad about either one. If you have to work a job, that's cool. Work a job because you have to work when you get into the real world. If you don't, I feel like take advantage of that. Like take advantage of not having to work a job, but still handling your business. I feel like if you not working a job, put your all into school. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Like take advantage of whatever you have at hand. Like don't just be, oh, I don't have to work a job. I get everything I want or whatever it is. I'm blessed. And like, I'm going to just F off. Like, nah, don't do that. And I feel like you just got to, don't never let basically like working a job be overbearing. If you get to a point to where you can't handle it, let it go. Like at the end of the day, the education and yourself matter. So if you can't handle it, let it go. You can always pick up another job. And that's how I look at it.
I say for me in high school, I never really worked a job. I was more like football, school, school, football, school, football. So I feel like coming from a person who's like very like passionate about their sport, like Jarvis said, I was blessed that opportunity to have to work a job, blessed that opportunity like to be blessed and just go to college on a full scholarship. But when I got to college, I picked up a job this summer, so I had like a little summer job. But I feel like D said also, it's like a big time management thing, like between football practice. And the only thing that saved me this summer was I took care of my business in the first 2 semesters, so I didn't have to have a summer class. So that was my downfall. By me not having class, I just picked up a job into it. But I mean, I never was really the type to have a job. Just thank God, but I can't really speak on that because I never really experienced it for real.
Yeah, but I feel like high schoolers in high school, I feel like you should have a job because it teaches, like Letty said, it teaches you time management. Having a job in high school, it'll prepare you for what you're going to have after college. Because after you finish your major and get your degree, you back with a job. At the end of the day, you still gonna have something to do. Even if your job is playing football, you gotta have to perfect your craft at it. Like Jamal said, he perfected his craft over time. He got great at it, and he's still popping his stuff right now. But till this day, in college, I feel like if you're having a job in college, like Jared said, be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. If you feel like you can do it, you feel like you can't do it. You know what type of person you is at the end of the day. Is you gonna have enough hours to finish this? Is you gonna have enough hours to say, oh, after I get off of work, is your mental gonna be strong enough to say, after I get off of work, I'm finna go do this homework? Or you might lack off, and after you get off work, you might go to sleep on the homework, knowing you got a 3-page essay to do, and it's due in the morning, and that teacher do not play. Like you gotta know what you're getting into before you really decide, like, oh, I'm finna do this. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, I support it because you control your destiny, and that's your hustle if you want that job.
But make sure you make time for you too. Make sure you make time to like just chill, relax, and get your mental straight because dealing with like having a job in school and just being like your own person, it's a lot. Like it's a lot of challenges with it. like really time management. So make sure you just make time for you and just be yourself with it.
Self maintenance is high. You know what I'm saying? You have your time to, like, if you're a religious person, go to church, have your time to hang out with your friends. Because by you going to school and work, you're going to run yourself into the ground. You're going to run yourself into a mental hole, and you don't want to be there as a person. So make time to do stuff that you actually enjoy, that you actually have fun with, so you're able to, manage all them things and live a happy life.
For sure that.
That 3-page essay go crazy, though.
Oh,
I've been there, baby.
Who you telling?
Yeah.
Who you telling?
I about to change my major now.
Up in the writing center and all, trying to get help, trying to do everything. I'm talking about you could write a whole 3-page essay and it
Be wrong.
Blood, sweat, and tears. A C? Is all I get? Is all I get. I done stayed up. I didn't
struggle.
I didn't miss going to the calf. I didn't miss the football game, the fight, to do all this.
To cut, huh?
I didn't did all this, and all I get is a C.
Hey, boy, I wrote a paper one time, a 10-page paper for my English 102 class. That man straight gave me a D, bro. I was hurt.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey, I didn't been there before. I done had like my lowest grade was like a C- or something. But you can't let that, be like put you down. You just gotta like work harder. Keep going with it, man. Don't let that. If you do make a bad grade on that paper, just
Ain't the end of the world.
it ain't. The world go keep going. The day go in. It'll be another day. Like Mel always say. What you say, Mel?
At the end of the day, the day go in. But with that, writing that 3-page essay, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wrote my first essay. It was a 5-page essay. Ooh. My first one, I wrote it, got a C. Man, second time, too tired after practice. Ask somebody else to write it.
You could,
the rest is
get help
history.
with it too, though. Get help with, like, if you do gotta write a paper or something.
Get help.
Yeah, like go to writing center or something.
Get help.
If y'all do have that at your school, you go to school.
Oh yeah,
get you something. Go to writing center. Right? Connect with your professor. Like get you.
Yeah, like use a resource. One of my biggest things I can tell y'all, if y'all freshmen going into college, when y'all get to that first day of class, go sit in the front of that class, look engaged, sit there, don't get on your phone, don't be on TikTok, don't be texting your little boyfriend, your little girlfriend that you just met at orientation a couple weeks ago, thinking y'all all buddy and cool. Because I promise you, she messing with the whole school. And that's bars. But now, though, on the real though, like, be engaged with that professor, dog. Like, sit there and make them think that you're interested in that class, even if you hate that class. Be interested, because that C will go to a B real quick, and that B will go to an A real quick, especially when you need help.
Like, just based off how you coming in and approaching class, just based off of how you looking going into class. Like if you see you in class 10 minutes early and that professor sitting at that desk, he like to see that. He like to see that, and at the end of the day, he won't have no problems helping you out with what you need help with. But like I said, at the end of the day, the day go in and it's gonna be that. But at the end of the day, you gotta respect your grade and you gotta treat your grade like you said, like Lady said. Don't let it be a downfall. Don't let it be a downfall. Don't let it hurt your mental after you get that F. It's all about how you bounce back from it.
So, man, we speaking about papers and doing work and stuff. So, like, when I do work, I like to snack, bro. So, I'm a big dude. I like to snack and do my work. I like to snack and do my essays, man. Shout out to my niece, bro. Shout out to the office. It's good. But now, though, so how y'all feel about, like, cooking? Like, what y'all think y'all cooking skills is on a scale of 1 to 10? If we had to rate the best cooker sitting up here right now, who would get the crown?
Man, yeah. You already know. The man in the middle.
Hey, check. YouTube.
Man.
I might not be the brightest person on earth, but it's 4 people. And I don't really think he in the middle necessarily.
Technically, I'm in the middle, but we already know. Look, he knows me. Like, we talking about cook, I can do anything. Like, I can barbecue, I can bar.
You got more barbecue than me.
I can do the soul food. Like I really know how to cook. Like, that's my mom and my grandma, they told me how to cook. So, like, I really perfect my craft with the cooking. Like, that's something, like, in my free time. Like, I tell them, like, Jar, I see me doing whipping up in the kitchen or something. Like, that just is a reliever. You know what I'm saying?
You do your thing. You do your thing.
He already know he do real critique with everything.
You do your thing. You do your thing. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna tell you this. Going and check the food and see the temperature and stir in the pot is not cooking. But when your mama tell you go do it,
open that pot and look at it.
That's not cooking.
Thing, though, that's not like, cooking. I really cook. See that I'm saying? You always cooking when I cook. Like, that's thing. Baby on the food. Though.
You be popped.
Hey, so like if Gordon Ramsay was right here in front y'all today, he tell y'all to cook him y'all best meal. What y'all cook? What's on the stove?
Rotel.
That's not
Rotel. That's the only thing I know how to cook. That's the only thing I know how to cook.
Joseph. Like, that's one thing about it. I ain't gonna lie. The food, kind of the barbecuing is me. You put a pit. Hey, any cookout. If you're in, I don't care what age you is. I don't care. If you unk them, if your pops, whatever you consider yourself, we could come to that cookout. We could come to that family reunion. We could get that grill master from big grill, small grill, lit grill, however you want to do it, and we can make it happen. From the ribs to the pork chops to the chicken to the leg quarters to the sausage to whatever.
I could have sworn that chicken you gave me you could was burnt. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey, so you got your big boy towel when you be on that grill?
Hey, I'm telling you, I do my thing.
What's your attire when you be cooking?
You don't need no attire, dog.
No, I'm just saying, like, what you be putting on your little chef? You don't need chef hat.
You don't need no. See, that's for that facade. You don't need no special thing.
That's what I'm saying. So what you just out there? What you got? Your shorts on, your slippers out, with your mud shirt on? That's you?
Yeah,
your toes out. You got them dogs out.
That's me. Sometimes I have them dogs out. It just depends. It just depends. You got to think about it. Barbecue don't really got no season, so if it's summertime. And it's kind of spicy out there. I got them dogs out. If it's wintertime, I might have to, I might have a little hoodie on. I might have some shoes on. But I'm doing it up.
I got my only spoon when I cook, like on the stove.
You got your only spoon? What is it called?
Small.
What you call that spoon?
No, I'm saying it's what you mean?
Like, what's the name of your spoon? You got your only spoon. What you call that spoon?
No, I'm saying like, I got my spoon for the house, but I got my paddle, for like when I'm doing my pockets. I'm saying
you don't even know.
I came to your house, bro, and you had an air fryer. What's up with that?
Hey, Doc,
so what you?
You don't know how to cook.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Be honest.
I don't know how to cook.
All right.
I'm gonna keep that all the way 100. But I do know how to use the air fryer and the microwave. I use that to the best of the ability. That's not me cooking, but I know what time to put that thing on. All right. I know what time to put them chicken tenders and them nuggets and them frozen. But
guess what? What about them noodles though? How many minutes they gone? 2:30. How many? 2:30. Listen. How many minutes them noodles gone?
7.
6.
7. People prefer 7.
Listen, this how I'm gonna tell you. You put them 2:30. You put them things on 3 minutes. Then after the 3 minutes, listen. You put them on 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, you stop them and you stir them up. Kind of break them up, get them loose. You put them back up in there, put them in there for 2 more minutes. Then you put your seasoning on there, and then you put a paper towel over and let it, that steam, with the
Let that season marinate.
All right, so going back to this question,
that's too much.
Gordon Ramsay asks like, what's our best dish? So you say Rotel. So what's yours?
I'm gonna do some fried fish with the squeezed lemon on there. The lemon pepper fish,
fancy.
with some fries. Not the fries out the bag. I'm talking about the cut up arch potatoes. And I'm gonna make my famous homemade tartar sauce.
Bro?
What yours is, man?
I ain't gonna stand. I do a lot more eating than cooking, but I made some seafood lasagna. My mom be making like the seafood lasagna she made me. So just some lasagna with some crawfish and shrimp in it, with some cheese, garlic bread, some corn.
Boy food. You gonna give Chef Ramsay boy food?
No.
What you say?
Steak and potatoes, man.
You
know that's me.
It's that hood classic.
I do the sirloin steak.
Okay.
I can do it.
How you like your steak though? How you like your steak?
Medium well.
Oh, you know what you're talking about.
Check this out though. Look, I didn't know that. Look, I didn't know that first. Look, when I used to cook a steak, well done. But then look, I learned from Jared. This is what Jared told me. He was like, man, when you cook a steak, you gotta cook it on medium well. Then I went to the steak place. My cousin told me, what you trying to get a well done steak? That's disrespectful to the chef. So I'm like, I'm gonna try medium well. Tried it. Best steak in my life. So I'm gonna do the steak, potatoes,
asparagus.
No asparagus. We do shrimp on the side, man. Shrimp on the side.
Hey, look good.
Shrimp on the side with the lemonade.
I love that.
With the lemonade.
So look, on a serious note, we all young men. We all shared our kind of cooking experiences and stuff like that, and we spoke on high school and college. So I just want to talk about like how important it is for a young man to know how to cook, transitioning like into the real world. Like, yeah, we kind of had our moments to where we laughed and kind of joked on each other. But I feel like that's a big essential that every man should have, really anybody, but especially, growing up. Because like for a man, most of the time it's always, the woman's supposed to cook and stuff like that. But all the time, you may not have no spouse or significant other, or she may not feel like it. So you may have to carry out that load. So I feel like for anybody, any, young man, I feel like that's a big thing that you should learn, learn how to cook. Even if it is what Mill say, if you got to work that microwave and that air fryer, whatever it takes to get full and put food in your belly, that's what it's gonna be. So how y'all, feel like it's important for young men to know how to cook, or just anybody that's out there that's young?
It shows independency for real. Like it shows you that you can be independent. You don't need, somebody to cook your food and stuff for you. you can do it on your own. Show you how to provide for yourself. Ingredients and stuff. So let's teach you, the food value, like how you say it like that. But yeah, it just show you independence for sure, though.
I think like I said, I'm really not the best cook when it comes to all these dinners, type of lunches, type of meals. But what I can tell you, I know how to put down some breakfast. I know how to put down them scrambled eggs. I know how to make my homemade pancakes. I know how to make my grits with cheese.
Hey, chill out, bro. You making me
hungry. All right, my fault. But I know how to put down that breakfast. Now, with the cooking and the lunch on that side of town, that's when the air fryer and that microwave come into play. Ain't nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with not knowing how to cook. But once you learn how to cook, make sure you practicing and you perfecting that. Once you learn how to cook, and I know you probably won't stop cooking once you learn how to cook. And to this day, I ain't gonna lie. When my mom not at home, I know how to do them pancakes. Or when my mom not at home, I know how to do them scrambled eggs or them grits. That's all I'm saying, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but make sure you learn it and perfect it so your food can taste good when your girl do decide to come over and she don't have to cook for you, and when you want to let her taste your cooking.
Thanks. I say one thing: a woman love a man that can cook. Like if you trying to impress a woman, bro, instead of taking her out on the date, taking her to the movies all day, invite her to your house and tell her, "Let me cook something for you. Let me cook dinner for you, bro." A woman loves a man that can cook because then, like D said, it shows independence and it also shows maturity and also shows like manhood. It shows your man. What's the word? What's the word?
Masculinity.
It shows the masculinity. Thank you, John. It shows the masculinity as a man, bro. So being able to cook is like a big plus. I'm not gonna say I'm the best cook up here, but I know I can do everything. I can cook some breakfast, I can cook some dinner, I can cook some lunch, I can cook whatever I need to cook. But like one big thing I tell y'all, one of the easiest things to cook to start off as a man, like Mill say, eggs. Breakfast is usually the easiest thing to cook. Breakfast are usually always like quick, 2 to 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minute breakfasts. It don't take that long to cook breakfast. But one thing I can tell you how to cook is pasta. Pasta is like one of the easiest things to cook. Once you find out how to boil your noodles right and make your sauce and cut up your meat, chop your meat up and put in your sauce and stuff, pasta is like one of the easiest meals to make. So learn how to cook you some pasta, dog. So easy, I promise you. So, on the podcast, we always talk about being different, being, unique from our surroundings and where we come from. So growing up and being in high school, especially, what are like some ways you'll tell young men out there to not fall into peer pressure, basically. Like, you could be the different one, you could be the one that's different from your peers.
Basically, just apply yourself. It's hard. I'm gonna say it's so hard, especially when you want to go out there and have that type of fun, like going to parties, or you want to stay after and do more at the school and stuff like that. But it could be pros and cons from it. The great thing about it is that you're not following it because you don't know what it could lead to. You don't know what you could get yourself into. But the great thing about if it's great people and people like you surround yourself around people like us or people that want better for you or people that want to do more or people that's more knowledgeable, you can follow those people and they'll lead you to the right thing. So you just never know where you go with it at the end of the day. But I support it. I support like not following the peer pressure, really like being different and being your own character.
You said like with young men, but really it's with like young men and females, because peer pressure, you get that like age 13, all throughout your teenage years. Right. But really it just like make sure you with peer pressure, you have to really be disciplined in your head and just know like everything that you do, like every action comes with reaction. So just know like if you listen to somebody who really don't care for you or something like that, and you do this, just know like it gonna come with a like consequence with everything. So be knowledgeable with everything and just watch your surroundings and watch the people who you be with, because everybody ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's how I look at it. Just make sure you stay disciplined with anything.
Man, growing up, I used to always think like my mama, she was mean because like she always keep me away from a lot of stuff and like tell me like, oh, don't do this or you can't do this. And I'd be getting mad at her and like looking at her like, why you telling me this? Like everybody else doing it, they all doing it, It's me being young, immature, looking at it like it's fun. But now that I look back now, I realize like she was saving me from a lot of things. And one thing I want to say, like for men and women, that I feel like we get a lot of, and I'm gonna just keep it real. And I ain't gonna say it was really peer pressure, but like my mom used to always tell me, anything you do, it could always wait. Like that's what anything, like wait till you get older, like live your life, stuff like that. I want to say like peer pressure, like about sex. Don't be in a rush to have sex. Like don't feel like, oh, you behind and you have to do this or you have to, lose your virginity, anything like that. Let that be a decision that you feel like you really ready for. Like, I feel like, the situation is deeper than what it is. And I ain't gonna say that it's really not worth it, but I feel like sometimes certain things can't wait. So I feel like if you have somebody pressuring you into, doing those type of things and stuff like that, like I feel like it could wait till you get older, wait till you feel like you really ready, physically and mentally, because like I say, sex is a 3-letter word, but it's something way, way, way deeper than that. So that's, my whole thing on it.
Facts. And like speaking on peer pressure, I feel like peer pressure is what you make it. Uh, it's easy to get into. I'm always like trouble is easy to get into, but it's hard to get out. Hard as hell to get out, bro. So don't let nobody because they want to be cool, because they want to. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody peer pressure you to do something you don't want to do. Don't let nobody peer pressure you into doing something that don't align with your morals or align with you respecting yourself or respecting your family. And like we always talk about on the podcast, even protecting your brand. Don't let peer pressure allow you to, you know what I'm saying, like
Disrupt your brand.
disrupt your brand, like kill your brand. So peer pressure, don't let that. Don't fall into none of that, dog. You gotta be strong. You gotta be stronger mentally as a
Yeah,
person.
yeah, and I mean, we had peer pressure before. I mean, we curious. Like everybody gonna be curious. Definitely young. So just know, like, stay the course and just like be cautious with anything, dog. Like for real, like listen to your mama, even though she might be in your ear, but just know, like, she just want the best for you. Cause a stranger, they might not want the best for you. They just try to use it for who you is. So just be cautious with anything.
Right. So
Man, Mill had kind of speaked on it. He was saying like with following the right crowd, and not, following the wrong crowd. I always talk about my mom. That's a big person in my life. But she used to always tell me, like, when I used to get in trouble in school, like catching the whip, but she used to always tell you, the people that you acting out with, your friends and stuff like that, they can't come home with you. So they don't know like what you go through at home. So I feel like there's like my biggest thing with following the crowd. Like at the end of the day, like these my brothers, but at the end of the day, I don't know what they go on in their household. Like the people that you out acting with, the people that you following, they don't know how you get disciplined in your household. They don't know the struggles you're going through. So I feel like you should follow the right crowd, because at the end of the day, it may not seem like the right thing to do in the moment, but I feel like for long term and longevity of it, it's gonna be the right thing. Like I said, at the end of the day, nobody never know what you're going through. They don't know the way your mom or grandma discipline you. They don't know the stuff that you really getting. And I feel like sometimes, people can influence you to do the bad thing because they want somebody to, to come with them. I always follow that right crowd. The right crowd may not be cool, you know, at that time, but I feel like feel and follow the right crowd. Like you have to have some type of awareness behind it. It may feel lame and stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell y'all, most of the time, like D was saying, peer pressure started, like 12, 13. At the time, it's lame. Pay attention to the people that following the wrong crowd at 12 and 13. When you get 18, if Lord say the same, pay attention and see what them people doing that was following the wrong crowd. I guarantee if they ain't get their life together, I guarantee, I hate to say it, like I say, either they dead or in jail. Like that's the reality of it. So I feel like, follow the right crowd and take advantage of that. If you got people in your circle that's doing the right thing, take advantage of that.
exactly, and that's the whole thing about peer pressure. Like peer pressure is really depends on who's who's doing the pressure. Like it really depends on who's doing the pressure and with who you got around you or who you got on side you or who helping you or who in your ear really telling you, oh, let's go do this or let's go do that. Even though you got your own mind, bro, it's really hard. It's really hard to control. And just knowing that how curious you is as a person, I know you're willing to go see what's gonna happen, or you willing to go do this and go do that. But if you know that person not good and you never been around that person for real, I don't think you should do it.
And like speaking back on what Josh said about choosing the right crowd, I feel like I've been blessed and had the opportunity to always be like in quote unquote the good boy crowd, I like to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like I sit up here with my brothers, we shoot this podcast, we're doing something positive for our community. Back at school, I'm involved in a lot of like good programs, good clubs and stuff on campus. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like choosing the right crowd goes a long way. It shows who you are as a person. It shows like it teaches you life skills that you're gonna need. It also teaches you how to communicate and be able to build connections with other people and make bigger decisions, make big boy decisions, make grown up decisions. So choosing the right crowd is very essential to your life. And like, yeah, you gotta make sure who you rock with is who you rock with, dog.
Really, for real, man. Make sure you find like the right people. Like I said in the first video, find your team, get you some structure. But also be around like-minded people, same people that want the same goals as you, and also with it, like the same aspirations, and be around people that know more than you. So I mean, they grooming you, y'all building off each other. Don't be around like nobody. He see you accomplish this, he like, oh man, well you shouldn't, like, I don't, they ain't feeling you or something like that. So just be around like-minded people. They want the best out of you, and you get the best out of them. that gonna help you get to the next level and where you want to be at.
Speaking on peer pressure and stuff like that, like you were saying with the 12 and 13, that start kind of young. I mean, hey, we all graduated high school here, and we all either experienced some of college or still experiencing now. So I feel like to people that's out there or anything like that, what's some expectations they could have about high school and college, like going in?
Uh, First with high school, it's different. Um, I was told it's gonna be the most funnest years of your life, and it was for me personally. I met these guys, we had a ball, but also, but also, it's definitely like life changing. Like you go through puberty, and you see things you never seen before. Like I seen some stuff in high school that I thought I'd never seen before. But also, make sure you stay the course. Make sure you graduate, dog. Stay on your grades, because at the end of the day, if you skip in class and doing all this, like the bad things, dog, you see all the people you doing that with, they walking across that to you like, damn, what happened? Like, what happened between us? I thought, we was in this together, but no, they got that, they got their diploma. You didn't get yours, so make sure you do the right thing with it. And then transitioning from college, for me, basically, you on your own, like for real. Like it's really like you have to be grown, you have to grow up. Just know, like it's just like having a job. Like you have to do everything like on your own. Time management is one thing. Miles said that in like 2 videos before. Like make sure you manage time right, and connect, network. That's what it's really all about, just networking. And what else I can say about it? Stay focused with it. Make sure you have focus, be on top of your grades and stuff. So that's really all I can say to it right now.
With high school, I'd say some expectations. Really self really how I want to say. Yeah, self prioritize. Self prioritize.
There you go.
Yes, that word. Really keep yourself locked in at all times. Keep yourself locked in at all times. Because when you going into high school, you ain't gonna know nobody, especially if you coming from a school that nobody really know about. Because me myself, I came from a charter school, and then I ended up going to a public school with Skylandville. So, like I said, make sure you keep yourself locked in on what's the ending goal. The ending goal is always to graduate, and make sure you breaking each year down to where you know that I'm gonna graduate at the end of the year. Your freshman year, you gonna be a freshman. You go around and you go do some stuff, and you go try to figure out what's going on. You gonna make new friends. Your sophomore year, probably your sophomore year, junior year, probably gonna be the hardest 2 academic years of your high school. Really, with the ACT, really practicing and knowing who you should hang around and who you shouldn't hang around with. You probably might see a lot of stuff. Then your senior year is just the icing on the cake. Make sure you graduate, make sure you finish out, and make sure you know what you're doing. And with college, I say with college, I only did a semester in college, but what I would say about college is that when you in college, make sure you prioritize time, bro, and engage in everything. Like Maul say, Maul engage in everything. He does different type of programs and different type of careers in college. Even if you don't know what your major is, make sure you find that out in high school before you go into college. Make sure that's something that you want to do and you having so much fun doing it.
So high school, like Mill say, your freshman year, you're going to find out things. I feel like our high school experience is different. A couple people that's in the last class different because of COVID. COVID kind of messed up a lot of things for us in high school. So people that's like watching this video that's in high school now got like all their years, man, like embrace high school, man, because it can be taken away from you just like that, bro. Like it's took away from us the end of our freshman year and our whole sophomore year. So just enjoy high school, enjoy the moments. One thing I would say is a big takeaway from high school. Like if you're young watching this video, your freshman year is your most important year. Your freshman year will literally project you to what you're going to be your senior year. If you're going to be fighting to graduate or you're going to be cruising through. I feel like all of us up here that's on this podcast, we took care of our business our freshman year. So our senior year was like we had a blast. Like Lee said, we had a ball. We had fun. Man, we barely had classes on our schedule. All we doing was playing ball, man, just kicking it. So I feel like high school just take care of your business. Thing I'll say for college is very intimidating to a lot of people. Don't let college intimidate you. Like Milligan was saying about your major, a lot of people feel like they're going to college and they want to be nurses and engineers, and they get there and they feel like, damn, this is not for me no more. Don't be scared to change your major. Speaking from a person who changed their major after their first semester, I went to college being an English major, then I switched my major to mass communications like Lil D. It's okay to change your major. When you get to college, you might change your major 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Like you change your major, you have to find something that attracts you, something that benefits you, something that you actually have fun doing. Because if you're in college and you're not doing something that you're having fun with, is gonna make college miserable. And also, like Mill say, don't be scared to dip your eggs in your basket. Like, don't be scared to go out to this or go out to this event and go meet these people, because the more people that you meet in college, the more friendly of an experience you make. And by me going to a small university like McNeese, I feel like that's like a big takeaway that I took. By me knowing most of everybody on campus, I feel like it makes my transition from high school to college even more easier by me having a support system that I have on campus.
Right. I feel like expectation with high school, how I look at it, you come in high school, I don't really want to guess the age because I don't want you to judge me. But how I look at it is from boys to men, from girls to women. Like, that's really how it is. You come in high school, freshman year as a young teenager, you leave out 18, 19 years old. So I feel like high school is really like the biggest change in your life from any part or level of school. Because like I said, you come in immature and the end goal should always be to leave out mature, you know. So there's one thing I could, you know, take away from that and the expectation from high school. And another thing is just like, man, take it serious. Like, it's gonna be fun, but, you know, just take it serious. I feel like same way how life is. Grind in the beginning while you're young, and so in the end, it could be a breeze, if that makes sense. So like your freshman year, don't listen to what everybody's saying and say like, oh, it's just a freshman year, it ain't gonna count. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. I done seen a lot of people fall victim from listening to that. Bust your behind your freshman, sophomore, junior year, and then your senior, like, it's gonna be a breeze. I done seen people graduate from my high school at 16. Like, it's possible. If you do the work that's necessary and you're willing to do it, I mean, you can make it happen. With college, I'll just say, like, expectation is don't nobody care about what you're going through. Like, that's the biggest thing from, like, the difference between high school and college. Like, that's with professors, anything. I feel like with high school is more a leeway, so take advantage of that. But at the same time, when you get in college, like, professors, they don't care about no football games. They don't care about no death in the family. They don't care what situation you're going, if it's financial aid, whatever it is, like, whatever it's going to be, like, they just teach you for the real world. And another thing is, like all them mentioned, like, make connections. Don't be afraid. I feel like because when you're in college, you may not be around those like-minded people, the people that you used to being around. So them connections is what's going to help you. Like, don't be afraid. Don't feel like you're alone, even though you may be alone. Like, if it's somebody to where it's on campus, somebody you could get close with, like, that's kind of expectations. You're going to have to make connections, no matter if you want to or not. I feel like in order to get through college, you're going to have to, you know, meet people and get out and network. Like, that's the only way I feel like you'll be successful with college and really get that full experience. Everything is about what you make it.
Right.
Not necessarily with college, like really outside of college, you have to network because somebody always gonna know more than you know. So you have to reach out, get to know people. Like, don't be afraid to ask questions. We always say that. Don't be afraid to ask questions and just network.
Right. And like the piggyback on job, like you said, you might not always be around like-minded people. You have to also learn how to adapt to your environment. Like, whether you go to college or wherever you move to, whatever you do, like Milliken said, he came from a charter school, went to Skylandville Public School. You have to learn how to adapt it to your environment, but in a positive way. You have to learn to adapt, learn your surroundings, learn who's who over what, who over this, that, and the third. And once you find out the pyramid scheme of wherever you at, that's when you start breaking down stuff, when you start building connections. That's when you start involving yourself and engaging in more and more things. So just learn who you're around and learn how to adapt it to your environment.
Y'all been showing us major love, major love. I just want to say we really, really appreciate y'all, for real.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, you know, or solo.
And make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
Hey, man, keep running them likes up, keep running them subs up, man. Keep following us on all social media platforms, man. 4 Solo on top soon. Close us out, D, man.
We out.